Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, and I was just wondering if you've ever been talking to a girl and found yourself a little confused as to whether or not she really liked you or was just being polite. Okay, we both know that women out there are trained to be super polite and make sure we don't piss off the wrong guy, because you never know what guy will punch us in the face and make us the next Snooki. And because it can be a little difficult to decipher between her playing hard to get or I'm not playing, get the fuck away from me, I've compiled a list of 9 signs that she actually doesn't like you and is just being polite. So that when you spot them, you can stop chasing her around like a little lap dog or use a little something I'll tell you about at the end. Okay, sign number 1. She doesn't text as much or as often as you. Maybe you're sitting there on your phone and you start to realize that, when I scroll through, I'm the one always starting these texts. And as you go a little more, maybe you're seeing that she doesn't really give as many texts as you do. That should be a clear indication to you that she's just not as invested. When we like a guy, we thirstily sit there and text him all day and I'm gonna text you 7 texts at a time because I have no shame, because I really like you and want to force you to be my boyfriend. And when we don't like you, we just don't feel compelled to answer all the time. We also don't feel compelled to keep a conversation going, which is why we won't ask questions and which is why we won't text as much as you. So the next time you pick up your phone and see that your blocks are a lot bigger and more prolific than her blocks, just block that bitch. Number 2, she positions her legs away from you when y'all talk. Okay, in my other video, you might have remembered that I talked about her positioning her legs towards you when y'all talk, because it's a way of wrapping her body towards you and enveloping her presence into yours. But when we don't like you, we don't want to be in an envelope with you, so we're gonna keep our legs as far away as possible so you kind of get the hint that we're trying to turn around and not ever see you again. Number 3, she doesn't make eye contact and seems a little distracted. Again, from the last video I talked about signs she does like you. She'll usually keep a lot of eye contact or have difficulty keeping eye contact. The difference here is that she doesn't want to keep eye contact because she can't stand to look at you, and also the eyes don't lie, so she'll be able to give away that she's not as invested in the conversation or you when you open your mouth. Really, it's a way of her being one removed from you so that she doesn't have to connect, and so she doesn't have to let you feel that connection without her looking like a complete asshole. So the next time she's sitting there, just yeah, give her the simple bye bitch and go talk to somebody else. 4, she's told you she's busy more than once. Okay, we have all the same hours in the day as Beyonce, so for her to be like, oh my god, I have a job, that means I'm busy, that means she's just too busy for you. But Jessica, she's a really high-powered, independent, single woman. That's why I love her. Okay, fine, I get it. We all have lives and we all have shit to do. But if I really liked your ass and I was really busy, I would find a way to make it up to you. I would find a way to see you, and I would never tell you I'm busy more than once. I'm busy once, shame on her. I'm busy twice, shame on you. Get rid of that girl. Number 5, she never touches you. Like I've mentioned before, women are way more in tune with our bodies, and when we start to feel stuff for you deep inside of here, we're gonna wanna feel you right here. We just can't help it. We can't hide it. We will want to hide it when we like you. But when we don't, we don't want our fingers anywhere near you because you might be thinking about fingering us and we don't want that. Number 6, she has a very closed posture. Okay, you might be sitting there thinking, Jessica, you said when she likes me, she's gonna close her legs towards me so we can close our legs on each other. I'm talking about closed off. She's like, don't look at my body, don't look at my nips, don't even look at me. Again, it's a way of keeping herself one removed. You'll probably notice this more when you start to get closer. She'll start to either grab a shoulder or grab her elbows or basically grab her keys and run for her life. But either way, if she isn't standing there with open arms and open nips, it's time for you to get going. Number 7, all the effort seems to be on you. Maybe you're the one that always asks her to hang out. Maybe you're the one who always texts her first. Maybe you're the one who always buys her lunch, and it's been 3 months now at work and you bought her lunch every day and she hasn't once bought you lunch. This goes back to what I was saying about texting, where the effort isn't matched. That's the same as me saying her investment in you isn't matched. And if she is keeping you around and you are the one making all these efforts, I go as far as to say that maybe you are just her ego boost and no one else is buying her lunch. So stop! Number 8, she doesn't ask you any personal questions. Maybe you asked her where she grew up. Maybe you asked her how she liked growing up. Maybe you asked her what it was like owning an alpaca farm when she was growing up. And you were like, oh my god, girl, that's so nice, and you're like the coolest little alpaca pussy girl I ever met. What? Then after a while, you realize she hasn't asked you about your life. Maybe you also had an alpaca farm. she'll never know. Because she doesn't care to know. If you find that you've had several conversations and she doesn't know where you grew up, or she doesn't know what your job is like, or she hasn't asked you any single open-ended question ever, that means she doesn't want to get to know you. She doesn't want to get to know the really awesome, amazing man standing in front of her because she's an idiot. That's all I got. I'm sorry. And number 9, you notice her acting the same way around you as she does everybody else. When I go out, I talk to every single guy who talks to me. Why? Because I do this stuff and I'm a very compassionate person and I understand how hard the game is. So when guys come and talk to me, I'm a chatty little Kathy. I'll touch you. Let's be best friends. Oh my God, you're the coolest. But I do that with everybody. My friends, his friends, my mom's friends. So if you notice that you guys are having great conversation, she's laughing, having a good time, you're wondering if she's having a good time with anybody else. And then you go over and see her laughing up a fucking storm when Rob says a joke that you told like last week. That probably means that's just her and you're gonna have to do a little something different to make yourself stand out from every other person she talks to like that. Okay, so those are the 9 signs that should tell you that she's just not that into you and you should probably move on to and into somebody who is. But fuck that. I say if you want that girl, you go get her. And if it's a matter of you sitting there playing it safe and wondering what all these signals are, I say fuck that and make your move to connect with her, get her laughing and flirting and make your intentions known. If this is something you struggle with in terms of moving the conversation forward and getting her to feel great about you and getting connected and flirting, I have a video you can watch right now. It's at speaktosparkarousal.com and it tells you the 3 steps you could take to moving a girl through the arousal circuits of her body, going from connecting, laughing and feeling good about you, and then finally flirting and taking it to the bedroom. So make sure you check it out. Anytime you see any of these 9 signs and have to wonder if this girl is really into you, I say either you're doing something wrong along the way or that chick is just not worth your time. So figure out which one it is at speaktosparkarousal.com and I'll be sure to see you guys next time.